guess we are. All right. Don't know who's going to watch, but never mind. This is a brave step for me. And that is because I'm going to be doing something that I'm not even sure what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, there it is. First thing, I think I need to make this thing focus. There we go. That's focused. All right. Now you can see what's going on. What have we got? We've got a Grundig. This is a tape machine from the 50s. It's called a TK42. Really ancient thing. Reel to reel. And all inside, it's all tubes. Yeah, real live tubes. Now, I've loosened the screws and I've actually started to power. I can power this thing on for you if you like. But I've discovered that if you try to play a tape, well, it doesn't. Let's check it out. I'll show you. So there, I've lined it up. Press play. Well, now it's working, it's sort of. And I can turn up the volume. It's a 4-track player. And it's got different speeds. That was recorded at a slower speed, like that. In any case, that's the volume, tone. Problem being that the drive wheel is made out of some pewter pot metal, and it's totally misshapen, and it's just had its days. There's nothing left going on for this thing. It's got no future. So it's going to become a guitar amp, and part of that process is going to be, first of all, stripping out what I don't want from this casing, and then after that excuse me, after that converting it to a guitar amplifier. So this is going to be a series of live streams. There's the time now. It's 7:45. I'm going to run for about half an hour, begin the teardown, and I'll stop the video, and then you'll be able to come back some other time again, whenever I feel like it, and continue watching the madness. So you can hear this thing is now really going, it's yeah, had enough. Let's stop it and shut it down and pull off these knobs if I could. There we go. Pull off those knobs. This other slider knob is already off. Now I can get the top. Oh, hang on, I've got to take off the reels. So I've got to get this tape off here first of all, like that. Get that out the way. And then secondly, get that top off. So that just, I've loosened the 4 screws over there previously because I wanted to see what was going on inside. And that's what we have. I don't know how much of that front panel I'm going to keep, but I'll try to keep as much of it as I possibly can. But these reels, they can go. It's this wheel over here. It's totally misshapen and crumbling. It's actually, it's this metal. I don't know. They call it pot metal. It's strange metal, and it's just dying. So it's gonna go. So what do I need? I'm gonna need something to throw all the trash into. So I'm gonna get myself a box. Hang on. Well, as luck would have it, there are no boxes. Can you believe that? No, there's not a single box. So, yeah, okay. I'll work something out. I don't want to throw things directly into the dustbin just yet, because there is the outside chance that I see something else or at least that I take something off which I might later need. However, most of this stuff is going to go. I want to keep this tube in position here. So this part over here, I'd like to see how I can keep that in place, because that's actually a level meter, this tube over here. Lovely thing. An EM84, I believe it's called. I can't remember. EM80, EM84. Any case, I know what must come off. So let's get started. And we'll start with this over here. And just take the screws off. And put them in a place here in case I want to use the screws for other things. But let's just see how much of this thing we can get torn down in as short a time as possible. So off that comes over there. That's great. Goodbye. What I'll do is I'll just store this in its lid over here until such time as I find a better thing to do with it. Don't need those capacitors just yet, so I'll make some space for myself for my teardown. That rubber belt can come off. Let's have a look what goes on underneath there. This is like a circular clip here. So if I grab it with my pliers, just get in there. Come on. There you go. As I thought. There's like a circle there. Does the job. Let's grab this one as well. Get him out of there. Maybe I can sell these parts to some other person who's busy trying to restore one of these things. So those come off there, that's fine. Let me get to this over here and I can show you what's going on. And for that I need to remove the this little C-clip over here. So let's get that C-clip off there, just like that. And yeah, keep you here. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. I've run out of little yogurt buckets. I have these yogurt buckets that I like to use to keep stuff in. That's not happening, so it'll go down there. Alright, so now these wheels come off. And they kind of come off together. And there they go. This is the one. I think you can see it. Nicely buckled. And if I bring it up to the light, this light over here, you can see the metal. It's actually shattered and cracked over there, and it's misshapen. And, well, there you go. See that? That's what's up with this thing. So, its life is over. Goodbye. You're going to be a guitar amp, and you'll continue to live a fruitful and productive life as a screaming, raging guitar amplifier. So you may as well get used to that, sonny boy. Let's see how I can get these boys off over here. A little bit of force. How is that going to work? Let me see. Just trying to grab it there. It's not happening. I'm trying to do it without actually losing the C-clip. That kind of worked, I suppose. Come on. Those are very determined little C-clips, and I don't have the correct tool to remove that. So I'm kind of having to do the unspeakable here, you know. And don't want to injure myself, especially not live on TV. By the way, I can't see who's watching me. Well, maybe I can. Let's have a look. Maybe I can follow myself on YouTube. Let's see. That could be interesting. I'll pull that plug. And what have I got to do? I've got to stick this in here. Hang on. My workshop is a madhouse at the moment. Wow. What do you mean at the moment? My workshop's always a madhouse. I'm still trying to get this thing off here. And I'm really trying not to break. I'd like to get it off so that it's off, not so that it's smashed. So let's see if I can open that thing. This takes a special tool which I just don't have, and you've got to force these two things apart. And nothing is working. Alright. Try and be a bit more forceful then. Come on, off with you. Now I've watched guys like Brad, the guitarologist, convert these things. And I know there's several other blokes who've done them as well. And I think the one that Brad did was an American-made tape recorder from the 50s. Where this is a German-made device. And when I look at the simplicity of the American one, really solidly built, beautifully built, but extremely simple. And this thing here is just so sophisticated. Well, I can just see this is going to be a much more difficult thing to do. And I know those of you who are engineers watching me do this are cringing, but cringe away. I don't know what else to do. I can't get the snap ring off here. And boy, is it giving me a hard time. You're kidding me. How hard can it be? Oh well. I don't know what else to do. Decide. Wrench it off, you know. Yeah? What else to do? Come on, you. There we go. Oh, okay. That went actually a little easier than I expected. Now that I see how it comes off, it's actually just a force fit. All you got to do is get under it and work it up, and it'll come off. And it's better to work up one end, just like that. And there we go. Lots of little bushings and nylon washers and all sorts in here. And away it goes. Let's see what else. Off with you, spindles. Woo! Woo, yeah. Oh boy. Okay. See this? It's gone. And I found where I can store them too. Got a shopping bag here. Hang on. Hang on. That's a bit small. Fill up a shopping bag with parts here. Oh, this is cool. I can hang it. Where can I hang it? Over there. I don't think you can see it, but that's okay. You don't need to see it. You don't want to see it. Okay, that's good. Alright. So that's coming out. What are these things here? These spindles over here. Oh, no, who knows? Lots of nice brass bushings and copper bushings and what have you. Got a feeling I need to take my miscellaneous screw box and throw them in there. You know, everyone has, ought to have, a miscellaneous screw box. Well, there's mine. In they go. Let's keep it right here. I'm just going to start throwing screws and bolts and what have you in there, because this is going to be Teardown Deluxe. As I said, I'm going to be building a guitar amp out of this. So, you know, a lot of the stuff I'm just not going to need here. And maybe, I could even have a set of speakers over here. That could be fun. A little stereo amp. Could be real fun. Alright, you see now all of this junk here can go. Even that plate over there. I wonder if I'll get that plate off there. Where's that fixed? Those also seem to be these press fit little gadgets here. I might be able to get under there and just lift them off. Oh, I'm going to hurt myself if I do that. I can see it. And then what do you do? Where do you hold on? Okay, you don't hold on. There's a spring. Oh, everybody needs springs. Springs are good things. And it's on a clip. Oh, yeah. Right then. Worry about that later. Let's get on with the teardown. What's that? Nice little barrel. Keep that. Yeah. Little washer. Keep that too. Come on. Come on. Getting dirty here. Now, let me just give you a bit of background as to why this is happening right now. It's because my wife and I sat down to watch TV, and we were looking at all the junk that was on TV. And I said to my wife, you know what? I'm not up for this. And I'm not. So I just walked out of the TV room. She's watching girl stuff, which is fine with me. I'll be here. So I'm just looking at the biggest bolts that I find on this bridge plate over here, just to see what it's going to take to release this entire mechanism. And well, that's 2 out of 3. Maybe that's number 3 over there. Let's see. It's a bit of a smaller screw, but it seems to me that that's holding this little tape counter on here. But it could also be that the bolt that holds the rest of this bridge on is underneath. I'll even throw the rubber bands in there. Right, what do we got? What do we got? Oh yeah. Now I can see. Sorry, I'm just checking my channel. Am I live? Here I am. Let me just turn the volume down so I can see what's going on there. Oh yes, I'm live. Nobody's watching. It's all right. It's just me. One watching. And that one watching is me. All right, here we go. This plate over here, that can go away. Some strange thing. Oh, that's a nice pin. Oh, yeah, baby. In you go. Let's take that off there. See what you do. Okay, you just flop around. Okay, that I'll worry about later. These push rods operate that switch over there from some mechanism somewhere coming down there. That's just bizarre. I want this plate off here. So let's get it off. Okay. It's out of the way. That's it. Oh yes, you see that counter. Oh, that's very nice. Could be useful. I've been thinking about using the tape motor to make a pickup winder. So I might have a secondary function for that. Big motor here. It's got to come out. Okay, we're getting places. We're going places. This plate. Oh, okay. Got to loosen that screw over there. I must actually get out of here because, well, get out of here. I must go upstairs and grab the schematic to show you, because the electronics consists of 2 circuits, one of which, how shall I say, one of which is the circuit that does the biasing and everything for the record phase. And then the other circuit is the one which is the audio amplifier for the playback phase. So, and as it turns out, these 2 circuits are very similar to each other, which is why I was talking about maybe setting up a pair of speakers and making a stereo amplifier, because it would appear that I could do that. It makes use of the same tube for running a high voltage magnetic bias for the recording, as well as it's the same tube that is used for the audio amplifier for the playback. So that could be quite handy, provided that I can find a transformer, and I think I actually do have an appropriate audio transformer for that. So this mechanism is starting to come a bit loose here. See another clip on there that I've got to get free, and I'm going to maybe get a little bit brutal with these clips here. Get them off, just like that. That worked great. That actually just worked great. Alright, that mechanism will come away there. There's a little nylon bushing, which could be useful in the future of something. You know, when you're into this kind of a hobby, you become quite the hoarder. Alright, now, what have we got there? This seems to be, what do I need? You pick up these bend over tabs here so that I can free the wiring. Come on. There we go. That's it. See now, a little bit of heat from the soldering iron, which I haven't switched on yet. So let that heat up quickly. Sorry guys, I really am like a nutty professor here, but hey, somebody's got to be. It should be me. So I want to try and save all of these. These are audio, you can see they're shielded wires, and I want to save them. So I want to desolder them right at the points where they're connected, so that I can find a use for them somehow, somewhere. And rather than, you know, if this is, for example, going to go to an input jack, then I've saved the thing. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not going to try and use another wire for the audio when I've got this wire as it is. So I'm going to do a lot of this kind of thing here, you know, just getting things off. These are probably more for the bias and the erase head. This wire here is for the, this looks like the erase head over here. So that wire wants to come off anyways. And it, you know, it looks like it's even a dual erase head, because it's a 4-track system, this. There we go. Come on, off with you. There we go. Those are free. And then start with you. There you go. Oh, you're grounded too. Where are you grounded? Over there. Alright. Away with you. Go on. You can do it. There you go. And then this bloke here. Ah, see, this is going to be a bit... Okay, that worked. Got lucky there. And it's grounded in that same spot again. And it's free. Okay. What about this here? Soldered on there. I can get that free, I believe. Try and save as much of this wiring as I can. Now, I do believe that I've actually electrically freed this bridge now from the rest of the mechanism. And I want to lift it up off of the capstan. I want to see, it's holding on here somewhere, but I can't see where. Okay, there's a mechanism. There's this one. So that's away. Oh, it's you two. You two weirdos. Alright. I think I could kind of coax you out of there. There's one free. And back again. What about this side? Oh, those seem to be peened over, but these don't. Or are they? I don't know. Okay, that's out. Wow. Was out. That's been really stubborn. And come on, you can do it. Okay, I was misbehaving a little bit there. Sorry. But, you know how it goes sometimes. To make that drive roller come free a little bit there. Where are you still holding on? Ooh, I've still got a wire going in here somewhere. Oh, it's these. Groovy. Alright. Probably going to need to be a little bit more heavy-handed here for the sake of expediency. Let's see how it goes. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3 and 4. And this will be 5. 6. And we're off. Oh, we're moving along at a decent clip now. Sorry, I bent you a little bit there, Mr. Pushrod. Anyway, that's clean and clear. That's free and clear. Oh yeah, that's really gummed up. Into the bag it goes. So the mechanism is free. This drive wheel is free off of there. I can see the motor coming off soon. I don't know how. Oh, there's a grub screw. Fantastic. Okay, brilliant. Let's get this off here. Oh, that went ping and it was gone. I'll find it. Doesn't go on that far. A little drive wheel. And yeah, they really have 100,000 screws and mechanisms doing things here, which I'm not going to need. So let's first of all release the spring there. Folks, you can see that this is really sort of a scorched earth. Get rid of everything that I won't be needing approach to the whole to the whole affair, if you want to call it that. And this is also being difficult. I wonder why. I've got a bend over tab there. That's stopping you. I'm going to bend you back a little bit. And of course I don't have reach or purchase. Maybe that. There we go. That kind of worked. It can go in the bag. And then, what in the world is going on here? Okay, that's a huge cam assembly over there, which I'm going to free here. That screw is broken off, so I had to grab it with the pliers to release it. That screwdriver is not getting in there, so release you like that. It should work. And then these two boys back here. 1. 2. It releases this bottom plate over here. There we go. Okay, there's a bit of a repair going on there. Throw that in there. Do I need you? No. Goodbye. Gone. Oh boy, this is a teardown, isn't it? Look at this strange push rod assembly thing. Ah, my word. I wonder what switches that pushes. I'm going to have to override those switches anyway. It's going to be a guitar amp, so not really going to concern myself with it too much. And I'm not getting any joy with these things, so a little bit of brutality is called for. That's one. Oh yeah, and trust the other one to be underneath. All in the name of repurposing. So those boys can go in there too. Do I need this thing? Nope. So away with you. Away with you. Alright. Stealing all of the bushings and other stuff. Tossing that in the bag. And that's all fine, that's all fine, that's all out of the way. This plate looks like it could come out if it was just given the right motivation. This little bracket is not required. All services are no longer required, so. And this little nylon doodah. Yeah. Keep going. So where are we? I still need to find out what is the purpose of this thing. I think this is the selenium rectifier. Yes, it is. So that's where the main AC power comes in, gets rectified and turned into DC. And then this thing has a lot of these little pinch brakes, which it's not going to need any longer. So I'm removing absolutely everything that is no longer necessary, except I'm not getting this thing unraveled off of the post. Okay, that's one. That's two. Go into the bag you go, and you two boys as well. Oh, come on, be nice, come away. Oh my word, that went bing and flew away. It didn't fly that far, amazingly. Okay, you're gonna be in there. Nylon, away with you. And this side. Trying to try even more scorched earth here. Oh, no, grind your fingers off, boy. Try and grab it like this. Does seem to be a little bit of a better approach. Nope. Well, you know, there's always just the old brute force method. Okay, now I want to see this and the mechanism up here. It's going to pass down and make some switch selections, and I don't know if it'll be useful. Maybe I should leave that intact, and the same this side as well. This makes switch selections, so that would probably be better off left intact. And then this big bad boy over here. Oops, big washer there for that thing to spin on. Big flywheel in the bag. And I do believe I have stripped out enough of the top for my purposes. So let's get this top plate back on and see what kind of a grotesque monster I've left with. Okay, so I've got my selector switches, my volume and tone controls, input controls over there. This, yeah, not really necessary. It'd be fun to use it as a kind of a volume, but yeah, doesn't look like a likely outcome there. Transferring stuff here off camera, so right, that's done. Well, what's done? Okay, lots of junk pulled out, substantially lighter, and I guess now what remains is for me to make sense of any of the stuff over here. Oh, I see this thing can come out. I don't need it, so get to it. That would be with you, I suppose. Little screwy. There we go. It's an interesting looking spring. Keep that for myself. Okay. Now we've got all sorts of doodaddies over here. And this slidey McSlidington. Well, I really don't need the whole thing, do I? Nor do I need this huge, strange machinery over there. Let's get it out. Yeah, that's not where it bolts on. Bolts on there, there. Sound good. We're good. We're good. Let's get rid of it. Come on, you. Oh, that was tight. Alright. So that's out. See, it's also made out of this strange pewtery pot metal weird stuff. That's really. So, solid metal plate down the bottom there. Isn't that bizarre? And what have we got here? Man, I don't see you lasting another day, buddy. I don't see you working, doing anything useful with your life. Hey? No, I don't see it. Out you come. I know where you are, so if I want to put you back, I will. Yeah. Okay, come away. What are you holding on with? A spring. Come, little spring. Okay. It's all good. That's all good. Alright. I don't know what that switch does. Man, am I losing stuff everywhere here. Come on. Come here. Where did you go? Oh, there. Right. Funny little thing. So, now what I have left is a bit of a switching mechanism there, which is going to make some selections with that outside. So this has to stay. This plate really must be here. It's held on there, and pretty much that's all. Speakers over here. Speaker looks good. input jacks, well, not particularly useful because these are well, they're not jacks, are they? But I might be able to install a different plate on here and then use like a jack plug, a normal guitar plug. I don't see why not. So yeah, that's all it is. I wonder if I'll be able to make it talk. So what I'm going to do is plug it in, because probably now it's not going to power up. Let's just see. Ah, it did. It's powered up. See the motor running. Ooh. Something was not happy there, but I think that's just because it's got some illogical switching. All right, there I put it to safe. All right, let's try it again. See what it does. It's not happy with life. It's drawing 67 watts. And is it in stop mode? I think that's play mode. It's not picking anything up. This would have been the playback head, as I understand it. So I don't know. Really, I don't know. But I think that I've screwed up the switching here, and it's not doing all that it should. It's drawing quite a bit of current too, 67, well, power. It's drawing 67 watts. So I need to just take that away. Oh, it's a bit less because I'm already drawing 18 watts for my display over here, which you can't see. So, yeah, we're okay. We're cool. We're good. Put this on just to protect stuff so that I can flip it over. A couple of screws will do fine. And then you get to see the underneath of it. And how are we at? We're at 42 minutes. So I guess that I'm not going to go on beyond an hour. You've seen this top half tear down. I'll give you a glimpse of the bottom. There we go. So basically what's got to happen over here is that I've got to replace these capacitors over here. They always go bad. They become leaky, and they upset the bias of the tubes. There's probably, well, there's none on this board. I don't know if I'm going to even need this board. This board is the board that sets the bias for various things. But I'm going to have to sort out that board, and there's a switch on it. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, power's not plugged in. So there's a long sliding switch down here. And depending on the position of the switch, which I can now manually position, I can enable or disable various modes, which would have been done from that white rotary knob that I removed from the top there. That's the one thing. The next thing is that down here are also some push and pull rods, which were connected to those push rods up top there, and they seem to be or enabled by the switches down here, or enabling switches down. I'm not sure which is which. Hard to say. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these push rods down here back into position, because I suspect that I actually then will still have basically the function of the switches as intended, but they no longer will have any mechanical effect, which is what I was after. So that's cool. All right. So those push rods are good. That's all back in position because I think, yeah, see, now when I make these selections down here, things work correctly. That's beautiful. All right, and then down here, okay, I see nothing happening here. Now that, when I move this guy over here, it looks to me like this is the record selector. And it wants to push here to move this long sliding switch over here. More twist tabs. Let's get in there and see. One, two. So these twist tabs hold these, or yeah, keep this housing in place. And the housing is there, of course, for noise shielding. But for now, we'll get them off. Oh yeah, see the sponge here? You look at it and it disintegrates. Throw it away. So, yeah, this is my record mode switch. Probably don't need to do anything with it, but I probably need to start on one of these boards, and I want to follow the speaker wires back. They go through this switch over here, and that switch over there seems to come back, it's got a fright there, to this board over here, and I believe this is the audio amplifier board, but I could be mistaken because this is the record mode switch. It's hard to tell. This might be the audio amplifier board down here. Yeah, see some wires coming in here. That looks like an interesting wire. This could give me what I'm looking for. Here's a tube. Here's a tube. There's a tube. There's a tube. If you hold on for just a little bit, I'm going to go and find my schematic, and I'll be right back. Schematic. Let's see. What do we got? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tubes. Okay. There's the audio amplifier, EL95. There's another EL95 over here, which seems to be the oscillator circuit and the driver for the erase coil, or maybe for the bias coil during recording. But this is the audio amplifier circuit here. It's an EF86, one ECC81, which is the same as a 1287, and then an EL95 on the output with a transformer going to a single speaker. Okay. So where do I see 7 tubes? 1, 2, 3 for the audio amp. 1, 2, 3 for the bias circuit, and 1 for the magic eye, which we found. So here's one. Let's see who you are. There should be 3 tubes on this board. Yes, there's 1, 2, and 3. And on this side, we should also see 3 tubes, but I only see 2. There's 1, there's 2. Where's my third one? Well, there's a third one over there. So that makes 6, and then the magic eye down below, on top, 7. So all is good. All right. Next thing is to decide or to figure out which of these boards is the audio amplifier board. And I'm inclined, what am I inclined? There's one board with a lot of switching on it. There's quite a bit of switching there, although this switch probably takes care of both boards. This long switch down here. I don't see, and there's the recording switch on this board here. You can see this is really small and hard to read, especially for you. Unless I bring it right up to the camera, you're not going to see much of it. Anyway, even I'm battling. Sometimes I need 2 pairs of glasses to see what's going on here. Some inputs on the back here. Another thing I discovered was this little trim ring was popped off here, and I don't know, it seems like it shrunk or something. I'm not even sure, because it's not holding on anymore underneath, which I don't like. So I wanted to pull off this trim ring and pull it out a little bit and then put it back. And I don't know if it wants to do that, but it better. It just better, because it shrunk here somehow. Don't know how. This is just plastic. I suppose I could maybe try to heat it up with my with a hairdryer, stretch this a little bit, and then get it back on. That could work. I'll try that later. Sorry, I'm just puzzling through things in my head here as we go along. I don't even know what that is. That's a weird looking device. And this capacitor here as well. It's one of these bug capacitors. You see these in Grundig sets, and actually, if ever a capacitor is going to fail in a Grundig set, this is the #1 candidate. However, always important to check out the capacitor that feeds from the output, this output of this ECC81, that capacitor over there. I see it's quite nicely isolated, but normally that capacitor right there, what is that capacitor's name? Let's get my magnifier right here. That would be C112, and on the other system C266, or 206. Anyway, what are their values? So TC206 is a 10 nano, C112 is a 0.1 micro, and there's also a 22 nano over there. Yeah, all of these caps, they got to go. They got to go. And I see they are given with polarity too. So when you look at these capacitors, they've got these stripes on them to indicate the low impedance side of the circuit. In other words, the part of the circuit that's closest to ground. And that is just to improve the noise characteristics of the circuit. So this will have to be respected as well. This looks like the audio transformer over here, which once again confirms really that this board is in fact the audio amplifier board, because there's our audio transformer. The 22 ohm resistor sitting over there. Let's see where that sits. I don't find it. It should be sitting on that. It should be wired to that transformer at some point, but it's not to be found. $22 ohm? Yeah. Don't know why. I don't see it in the circuit. I see a 22K. So that when the speaker is not in use, it's the resistor. Loads the output tube. But anyway, that's where we're at. I reckon what I'm going to do next is I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for your patience in watching this. If you ever watch it, I don't know. But if you do, thanks for your patience. And then I will catch you on the next episode when I will begin to remove the motor, the drive motor, and then start to make some space for the guitar amplifying circuit, or to modify this circuit into a guitar amp. I don't know if you noticed the condition of the speaker here. It's gorgeous. Look how silver shiny it is. Magnet's good and strong. So I think we're onto a good thing here. So now I'm going to angle this camera away, and you're going to see some of my test equipment, and then I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.